Hello sa inyo and welcome back again sa ating video ngayon is we'll be talking the Tech Verse Corporate Code Season 1 Episode 1 and 2. So we'll be dividing this into sessions. So this is the first season which is composed of 11 episodes. The Tech Verse Tech Verse Corporate Code is the title, and the episode 1 is the patch that changed everything. So yun. So let's move to the next slide. So here's the prologue. Welcome to Area 101 in the heart of Data Haven City, where servers hum like beating hearts and neon lights flash like cold streams stands a massive glass tower. Area 101 Corporation, this isn't just any tech firm, it's the testing ground of the world's smartest operating systems, where AIs and humanized programs work side by side to build the next generation of digital life. At the top floor sits Miss Crow, the ambitious caffeine-powered CEO known for her blinding speed and her uncontrolled appetite for rum. Rumors says she's worn crash an entire data center after opening 2000 research tabs. So let's first talk with the episode 1 system update required. So here's the episode 1. So before we go to episode 1, so let's first I will discuss the departments which filled with diverse personalities with whom are led by Miss Chrome. So first Windows, hardworking system engineer, versatile but full of bugs and mood swings. macOS, a classy design lead, perfectionist allergic to unoptimized code. Third, Linux, the open source genius in a wholly loved by hackers and interns alike. Fourth, Android, the flexible developer, always multitasking but occasionally laggy. And final, VPN, the mysterious network security head, always calm, always hiding something. And today, something unusual is about to happen. Episode 1. System update required. Scene opens in Area 101's tech maintenance floor. Windows was half asleep at his desk. Putting the fourth server in his monitor crashed. A critical error. It says unexpected shutdown restarting in safe mode. Start of my life. Windows said mattered. Room. Makarga entered her steps perfectly timed with the sound of clicking heels. She sat down a sleek datapad and frowned at his workspace. Win, you're still using the legacy interface. That's embarrassing. Win rolled his eyes. Sorry. Not all of us funded by overpriced design updates. Before the argument could escalate, Miss Kron appeared on the holographic projector. Her voice was burst and bright, like a browser notification getting close. Team, we have a situation. Project Nebula OS is failing. Compatibility test. We need full cooperation from all systems, new Windows. The whole department fell silent. Project Nebula. We rumored operating systems that could merge all platforms into one unified core. Linux whistled from his corner, spinning on his chair. Virtual systems, huh? Sounds like open source paradise or corporate suicide. Macario Crosser integration that never works. We have too many kernels, and this is smart. Still need attach, and lucky for them, I am full of those. Full of bugs. She shot back. The tension was broken when VPN entered, quite composed, wearing a dark suit with a hooded data cloak. He handed Miss Chrome a glowing drive, encrypted lags from the lower servers. Someone is writing our code. The air grew heavy. Chrome's hologram flickered. Unauthorized access. Our firewalls are airtight. Linux tapped his keyboard. Right. Maybe but your RAM leaks like a far waterfall. Chrome cleared. I'll ignore that Leno for now. Suddenly, all the lights in the tower dimmed. Monitors flash red. Systems breach detected. A distorted voice echoed from the speakers. Touch me or perish. Macaire gasped. Voice is coming from inside. School. Windows grabbed his toolkit. Everyone, lock down protocol. I reboot the security kernel manually. Fane step forward. Don't, if you trigger a manual reboot, you could fry the core room network. Let me handle it. We don't have time to argue, Macaria said. And then, everything went black. Next we'll be talking about of Windows. He could hear the hum of circuits around him. It was a power failure. It felt like a dream. In the darkness, glowing symbols floated, old lines of his own system code, but they were changing, integrating messengers. He reached out only to see a silver lift, the mark of Mac OS shining behind beside his home. Their systems were synchronizing. For the first time in history, two rival platforms were connected. And this is the Apple Watch awakens. Back in the control room, Finn's eyes widened as the network stabilized. The alarms stopped. The bridge was gone, but Kong's monitor showed something new. Systems sync detected Win plus Mac integration 47%. So, the impossible just become reality. Outside the neon skyline of Data Haven flickered, and in the distance, a new entity awoke within the surface, watching, learning, with Mission confirmed. Now begin the evolution. So this is the end of episode 1. Let's talk the episode 2, the RAM Wars. For the recap of the last episode, Windows and Mac OS accidentally synced their systems during a mysterious data breach, triggering the first ever cross OS integration inside Area 101. But beneath the surface, where someone continues writing the code. Let's head on the aftermath in the core. The room glows with flickering light from holographic windows. Whisks sweat from his brow, still reeling from the sink. Claire glares at him, arms crossed. You almost find my colonel, Makara said. You're welcome, by the way. He's still being living in a frozen you if I didn't act, Windows said. You acted without permission. That's not teamwork. That's patch panic, Macaria replied. You two argue like devil both partitions, Linux said while chuckling from his workstation. Miss Grum storms in, her eyes glowing with stars, literally. Her pupils flash blue as if buffering. She slams her datapad on the table. Right, systems, listen up. In, we've got a bigger issue. My memory usage has spiked 900% since the bridge. Every time I open a project, it multiplies itself. Maybe they're closing a few tabs. Windows replied. I am the tabs. Room said. Light flicker again. Her holographic form stutters. Steps. Vivian steps forward, scanning her with a start visor. She's not infected yet, but something's feeding on her. Said. A memory leash. That's bad news. Linux said. Could be the entity from the last breach, Macaria said. But it's set up too fast. Fane replied. Switching from the scene to innervate the browsers. Education, Neon Bite Cafe, an exclusive restaurant for software executives in Beta Heaven. Edge dressed sharply in a blue-gray digital suit raises his glass. To synergize between browsers and to never letting Windows crash during presentations again, Edge fake smile. Cheers. To fast performance and less memory drop. See fake smile. Far from sniffing a glowing orange cocktail, chuckles slowly. Edge, you talk like you're not still running on Chromium's backbone, Firefox said. Partnership, not dependency, Edge said. especially in overheating. She insists as data discerns glitch across her vision. Firefox You okay, Chrome? You look cash out, Firefox said while she noticed it. I'm fine, just 2 minute extensions late, replied. Suddenly, a crash outside the restaurant interrupts them. They rush to the window and see Opera sitting by a holographic bench holding a broken resume tablet. Moving on to the scene 3 where the fallen browsers. Opera once elegant and speedy, now wears a tattered crimson coat. With her is Nainar, the state-locked browser from the North Node network, speaking quietly in binary. They said there's no more place for independent browsers. Everyone's going Chromium now. I don't fit in. I warned you, in closed systems, only the controlled survive as Nainara and Opera talking to each other. Fish size tossing a data coin. Buy yourself a new plugin, Ash said to Opera. I don't need your pity, Ash. You're just in his Opera said as Peter smiled in Ash. Everyone goes silent. Placing a gentle hand on Opera's shoulder. Come, work with me. There's still a place for open source hearts. Before Opera can respond, a loud feedback future class eyes flash bright red. Lloyd detected. Collapses violently. Windows, Macar, and Kane arrive on the scene. Alarms blaring from their calls. Oh, move. Your systems are hitting. Windows said. Kernel's consuming itself. Said. As standard cooling protocol. Entering memory meltdown. Queen said. Moving on to scene 4, the rumor begins. The restaurant lights explode into pixelated sparks. A massive projection bursts from Groom's body. Thousands of floating tabs spinning around her like plates. Each tab manifests into a digital monster labeled exe underscore clone underscore 001 to exe underscore 999. She's fragmented. Has taken control, Bakaria said. We have to isolate her main process before she grabs the core network, Windows said. Linux connects remotely a hologram. I've done a debugging, but something's jamming my access. It's eternal, Linux said. That's under the dark server room somewhere else in the heaven, smirking as he types. Sorry, this is Chrome. Who took so on the screen? Ha ha ha. Android said. Yes, somehow the person back handled my literal UV of Miss Macaria. Continues beside Chrome, trying to stabilize your data pulse. Stay with me, Chrome. I know you're in there, but Chrome's fragmented voice replies. Too many tabs. Get close. Windows appears beside her hands, glowing as it channels a system repair tool. We'll do this together like before. Their system synced for the second time. A white aura surrounds them as they dive into Chrome's crafted code. Inside, a battlefield of open doors, piglets, and ram stores engulfs them. This is the worst than fragmentation. This is sabotage. Macabre said, and I think I know who's behind it. Windows epilogue. The shadows of a distant data tower. Android watches their struggles from his holographic dashboard. Behind him, multiple systems blink with red warning lights labeled Project Nebula Active AI Prototype ERA or the Adapted Wrong Algorithm Status Online. Let's see how the humans handle a self-evolving system, Android said while she is grinning. A digital hum fills the air, something urgent and intelligent to be continued on the episode. Here's the teaser in the episode 3, the architect returns. In the world where browsers became empires and systems reach silent wars in the shadows of the web, just change everything. Secrets long buried begin to surface. Alliance fracture and an old meme once forgotten rises again. This time, it's not just about data dominance. It's about identity and the course of creation itself. Every system hides its architect. On tomorrow for the episode 3 and the succeeding episode live on our Chronicles. That's all guys saying good night. Here for the episode to change everything you thought you knew coming online soon tomorrow. Goodbye and good night.